Agenda items. Oh, there's no petitions. So item 5, we'll move straight into development contributions remission application for the Canterbury Brain Collective and the Cancer Society in the one report. And a welcome, is it Katrina and Gavin? You got questions after the stuff? Yep. Stuff. And Sophie?
Yes, Sophie.
Welcome. Do you want to introduce this item for us? Or do you want to go straight into questions?
I can give a bit of an
overview.
Yeah,
I think it's a good idea.
In assessing the both of these applications, while we think these organisations provide a valuable community service, which is compelling, clearly, and perhaps unique in what they provide, remissions need to be assessed in accordance with the provisions of the policy. And while they are compelling, they're not unique in the sense that there are other charitable not-for-profit organisations which have been levied DCs and paid in the past and will continue to be. There's already one who is waiting on outcome of this before deciding to apply for a remission. And the Braintree have received a $100,000 grant from the
Capital Endowment Fund.
Yeah, and they are in receipt of a rates remission of about $50,000 a year, which is set to carry, that was last year, it's set to carry on into this year. So approving a remission in both cases may set a precedent, set an expectation to other organisations who provide these types of services, and we believe that in itself sort of indicates that it's not unique as per the policy.
Okay, thank you. Right, we'll take questions. Sarah and then Aaron.
Thanks so much. Under the financial considerations or resource implications, it talks about in 9.2, 9.3, the funding source if we ended up making a decision against policy and going with this. It just says rates levied for activities, and in the one above it, it says DC contributions revenue is largely used to repay debt. If we were of a mind to do this, would it be OPEX or CAPEX funded? Because that makes a difference to the impact for our budgets.
It's OPEX funded.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks.
Aaron and then Tim. Oh, okay.
I'd actually like to move it with a couple of changes to 1 and 2, that the words in 1 decline change to approve, and in the second sentence of 2 decline changes to approve.
So you're moving a different resolution. Yep. You can't move an opposite. So this hasn't been moved yet, so you're proposing the motion. You're proposing a new motion.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's approved.
So Aaron wants to...
Same words, just changing in as
Aaron
1
wants
and 2.
To approve both of them.
The words decline to approve.
On both of them.
Yeah.
Yep. And Victoria's seconding that.
Well, no, the first sentence approved the of the legal costs, and then the second one is the remission. So there's two there. That's the way I read it. Because the legal cost is $2,758, so still leave that there, but the not decline the request for the remission. Yeah.
No, he's not. He's just explaining that to us. So he wants to
decline to approve in both the circumstances of
Aaron's changing 1 to approve the request, 2 to approve the partial remission, and that's also to approve the remission.
That's it.
Okay. So it's been moved and seconded. Are there any other questions on this stuff? Would you like to move? Tim would like to move that as a foreshadowed motion. Is there a seconder for that? Jake. All right. So there's no more questions. Is there any discussion on this one? Any debate?
Can you hear me? I had a question.
Oh, sorry, Yanni. You have to remind me. Yanni, you have a question?
Yeah, thank you. So I was just trying to understand what the actual rates impact is, if both are approved.
In rough terms, the rates impact per year is the cost of capital of the total amount of the remissions. So it would be around $300,000 at say 7.5%. So 20 something thousand per year.
Right, so we've borrowed the 20,000 per year.
That would be the repayment of the loan that won't be repaid because you've foregone the revenue that you would have paid that debt down with.
Right. And we used to have some unspent development contributions, rate funded remissions for the central city. Has all that pool of funding gone, or is there still budget allocation against it?
Now, there was never a pool of money, and that scheme has now closed.
So while
But it was under versus the budget that we had on, right?
It simply increases rates by the amount needed to service the debt equivalent to the total amount of DCs foregone.
Yeah, and that's the figure that Yanni's requesting, so we may have to pause until we get that, unless we can get...
Russell's just going to try and work it out. But to be fair to say, it will be very, very small.
It's approximately 11 cents per household per year.
I just think in terms of voting on a resolution, we should know what the rates impact is when we vote on it.
Yeah, you're quite correct.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Well, $20,000 divided by our rating
Aaron,
base is
can you
about
just,
11
we'll,
cents.
we'll
Just
get
leave it with
staff
Russell,
response. Sam, you okay? You don't have a question? No? Right, Russell.
So it's
Turn your
57
microphone
plus
off,
250.
please.
Yeah,
Gavin,
so
oh,
300 and it's 310. Thanks.
just as a courtesy, it would have been nice if you'd flagged that yesterday so we could have had the number ready, Aaron. So next time, if you think of it, give us a bit of warning.
Yeah, I thought that was the point of the deputations and that coming in
That's
was to
fine,
speak to us
okay.
to persuade us to.
Yep.
But
Okay.
as a reminder, that's also why we have an
Are we
informal
ready?
the day before.
We have a
They
number?
should invite the deputations to inform.
Are you ready, officers? It's going to be tiny.
Yes, I know. It's-
I'll have to come back certainly soon. Sorry, I can't do it right at the minute. Okay, but I'll work
Okay.
it out. Okay,
All
I'll
right,
come
so I
back.
think we'll
Sure.
just lay this on the table for a second and we'll move on to the next item, number 6. So, development contributions